Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley tells prison abuser he's snitching on all of them. Todd Chrisley is spilling all the tea since he was released from prison. And recently, he talked about getting revenge on his prison abusers, including snitching on all of them. So what did Todd have to say recently, and what kind of dirt does he have? Chrisley Knows Best fans have been keeping up with all of the recent updates from Todd and Julie Chrisley, especially since the pardon from President Donald Trump that saw them released from prison. Since being on the outside, Todd and Julie have been spilling all the tea on their time behind bars, and fans of theirs are eager for all of the details that they have to share. Many fans of the pair did not even think they would get out in the way that they did. So there is a lot of buzz surrounding Todd and everything he has been saying regarding his time behind bars and more. While reflecting on his time behind bars in a recent podcast episode, Todd Chrisley did not hold back. He was candid about what he experienced and did not pull any punches. Todd talked about his notebook that he kept with him in prison. When he was leaving prison, he was asked what the notebook contained, and he said, "All the notes I'm gonna use to tell on y'all when I get out." The way that Todd Chrisley tells it, there has been a lot of abuse from case managers on his fellow inmates. He made a promise to them on his way out that he would not leave these men behind or forget about them. He even called out the counselors for not doing what they're supposed to be doing and more. Todd Chrisley appears to have a fire under him since his prison exit, which will only make fans wonder even more about what kind of information he has in his notebook. One way or another, this is going to be a situation to watch. With this recent message from Todd Chrisley calling out all the things he saw while behind bars, a lot of Chrisley Knows Best fans have a lot to say about him spilling all of this tea. One recent commenter said, "He's gonna make a difference, and he's the best advocate for it." A second commenter said, "I hope he truly helped them." He's in the best position to make a difference and advocate for injustice in the prison system. Another commenter added, "Thanks, Todd, for not forgetting those men. Glad you and Mrs. Julie are home safe." What do you think about what Todd Chrisley had to say? Let us know in the comments below. For all the latest Todd Chrisley and Chrisley Knows Best news, come back again for more. Todd Chrisley, once known for his sharp wit and southern charm on Chrisley Knows Best, now found himself in a place where the spotlight wasn't flattering. A federal prison yard with a concrete floor that never warmed, no matter how many rays of sunlight hit it. But if there was one thing Todd had learned from years of reality, TV, and business negotiations, it was how to read a room. And this room, or rather, this prison, had become a new kind of reality show. One he never asked to star in, but one he had no choice but to survive. The whisper that started it all. Rumors spread fast in prison, faster than anything on the outside. Todd's hair may have been perfect, his posture still upright with that TV-polished confidence. But behind those high-security gates, perfection made you a target. One particular inmate, known only as Tank, had been pushing Todd around since day one. Tank was huge, with arms that looked like they were carved out of stone, and a reputation as the guy you didn't cross unless you wanted to regret it. Tank had snatched Todd's commissary twice, mocked his accent, and even accidentally spilled juice on one of his letters from home. The last straw came when Tank cornered him in the laundry room and said, "You're cute, Chrisley. Real cute." But around here, cuteness gets crushed. Todd had smiled, that same charming grin millions had watched on USA Network. "You lay another finger on me, sweetheart, and I'll make sure you're famous too. Prison famous. And trust me, you don't want that." But Tank didn't take it as a joke. Todd's decision. For Todd, survival was about control. Back home, he controlled everything. The business, the finances, the family narrative. Here, he had no control. But he did have one powerful card: information. In just a few months, Todd had observed enough illegal trade, hidden contraband deals, and guard payoffs to know who was running what. One evening, Todd sat in the corner of the common room, folding a letter to his wife, Julie, who was in another facility. A different inmate, nicknamed Slim, slid next to him and whispered, "You know Tank runs half the underground here, right? You cross him, you're done." Todd didn't look up. "Let me tell you something, darling. I built an empire out of gossip and receipts. And right now Tank and his merry little gang are about to learn one thing about Todd Chrisley. I snitch pretty." Slim nearly choked. You're gonna tell." Todd smirked. "Oh, I'm not telling, I'm announcing." The confrontation. 2 days later, Todd did the unthinkable. He walked straight into Tank's space during yard time, where the gang usually huddled like lions. The crowd of inmates fell silent, knowing something was about to go down. Tank sneered, "You lost, Chrisley. This ain't your fancy living room." Todd adjusted his prison blues like they were designer. "No, sweetheart, I know exactly where I am. And I need you to hear this clearly, because I don't like repeating myself. I'm snitching on all of you. Every last one of you who thought you could intimidate me. The guards, the warden, the whole system's about to know everything." The yard collectively gasped. One inmate muttered, "He's dead." Tank stepped closer, his massive frame blocking out the sun. "You think you can just walk up in here and say that? You're gonna regret that, Chrisley." But Todd didn't flinch. "No, Tank. You're going to regret ever thinking I was your plaything. I spent years surviving reality television. You think prison politics scare me? Honey, I am politics." The fallout. Word spread faster than Todd's old ratings promos. By evening, guards had pulled Tank aside for questioning after Todd had slipped them just enough details about a planned contraband shipment to raise eyebrows. Suddenly, Tank wasn't so untouchable anymore. Todd, on the other hand, became both hated and respected. Half the inmates thought he was insane. The other half started treating him differently, some even politely nodding when he passed. A few whispered things like, "Respect, Chrisley," as if he had flipped the social order with one act of rebellion. But prison life wasn't a fairy tale. The threats. That night, someone slipped a note under Todd's bunk. "Snitches don't survive long." Todd read it, sighed, and tucked it neatly into his Bible. "Lord," he whispered, "you know I didn't sign up for this mess. But if they think I'm scared, they've clearly never seen me handle a reunion special." He started documenting everything, every interaction, every sketchy trade. By the next week, he had built what he jokingly called his prison empire binder, a collection of dirt on nearly every major player inside. And just to make sure no one thought he was bluffing, he told everyone what he was doing. "I'm Todd Chrisley," he said during lunch one day, standing up so everyone could hear. "And I'm snitching on all of you. You touch me, I sing louder. You leave me alone."